Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. In today's video is going to be the part 2 of our Malaysian trip. As a quick introduction, we are taking one of our US clients to Malaysia. They've been already in Vietnam, but for some specific niches of product and product ranges. Obviously Vietnam is not the best fit and we are looking outside of Vietnam. In this trip we have been scouting for factories here in Malaysia and we are right now in Kuala Lumpur, so we're going to be visiting a lot of different factories in the manufacturing zones and then industrial parks around the capital city of Malaysia. In the first episode that you can find right here, we've been engaging already with some manufacturers here. And today is going to be an interesting day. We're going to visit electronics type of manufacturers. Today we have 3 meetings booked. The first one in the morning will be probably very interesting because it's going to be doing coil. This is a specific component for electronics. In the afternoon, we have also 2 interesting visits because we're going to go first to an EMS type of factory, so very specialized into doing all the assembly, so sourcing the different components and then really doing OEM projects. They can do 2 types, either they work on consignment, so you will provide to them the different components and then we'll just do the work on contract manufacturing, or they can do turnkey type of services, which means that they will source everything for you and provide a whole type of package. Because actually that company we have in the afternoon is also part of a conglomerate group in Malaysia that have been in business for more than 60 years. So very large and established corporation, but still when you will be looking at the mindset, I'm sure they will be fast forward thinking and being able to really show that they can tackle new challenges along the way. That's the reason why they set up this EMS manufacturing plant lately. So very keen and very looking forward to have those meetings. Let's get started.
We are doing sensoring coils and we are trying to venturing into power coil next year. Basically, we are about 24 years this year. And we start up with our Japanese partners earlier. Now it's no more. And we are still managing with the Japanese technology. And our machinery mostly is Japanese machine. So this is now at the moment what we are running. And mostly we are based in Malaysia, but we are doing mostly 100% export. We're doing for prototype production at the moment for PI, physical instrument. We are doing for US, Europe also. For R&D, for automations industry. At the moment, magnetics is our main core business. We have done most R&D innovation to new productions for them, samples and prototypes. And some kick off until mass production, some is not kick off. It depends how they are moved. So that's what we're doing.
So do you design for springs, but do you electronic design? PCB design?
PCB, we don't have any design. So, but PCB, we follow customize whatever the requirement from the customer. That's what we do. And PCB actually is not our main core. Our main core is actually a coil winding. That's okay. PCB is actually supporting our customer. So one of the Japanese customers has to add on the process. So we just have done. But that's actually now is one of the core business for us to run.
So I'm assuming that the coil manufacturing is what launched the business?
Until today, we not come out any our own product yet. We follow our customer customized designs. And next year, we try to come up with our own design products with the coils. That is how in.
Sometimes some of their clients, because they are prototyping lab, so basically they bring the idea to reality. And after there will be a first ramp up, a first phase of production. Do you have any MOQ for them?
For prototype, we understand. We are doing for also some customers up in Netherlands now. Mm-hmm. And all starting with the 10 pieces, design with 10 pieces parts. And then we quite capacity. I get the tooling and we can work out partnership. So we can work out to make a prototype. I know sometimes the prototype will take 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. I got one customer from US. After 2 years, I got the orders. So the prototype. But it's common. So you know the market.
In Vietnam, you work a lot with EMS facilities?
Vietnam, we have one customer at the moment. So we are supplying to one of the Japanese company, Nidec, in District 1, Ho Chi Minh. Yeah, we supply to them, but he's reducing because actually these products are going to be UL soon.
And in Germany?
We supply to Germany and Romania. We have various products. So that's why we are expertise in the coil, making the coils.
Do you design some of your own machines?
Machines, we have a partnership with machine maker Nitoku. And that's what we are running. So we are doing. And then also now we are doing in China.
Some of the machines are quite specific.
Yeah.
I was one with the triangular shape. Some things can be customized.
The machine actually we customize our own design, and until today our customer cannot make this product. So it's small volume they still give us, and we charging them double than user price. We design the things all earlier, and then already small size to production. It's not much, yearly 5,000 pieces. Compare earlier, we do monthly 20 to 30,000. So if the volume going down, and if not choice, they have to give us the price what we ask. It's our product, our design.
They are more like a OEM manufacturers. So like because like you guys come to us with a product, right? We can help you to make it out, but we can't probably
Cannot design it.
yeah. We don't only do for one industry. We do anything that makes to be planted. We just do the PCBA. Some of the projects are products remedies. You also have done the aerospace product. The aerospace product normally is like one or two pieces. One like this, the value of 100,000. Then we also have automotives. Okay, the sensors, the visuals, the reverse camera and all that. Yeah. So the beginning of the process will be you will do the receiving of the components, raw materials of whatever packaging that we need, right? So we do the moisture control. We check the humidity. Then we keep the aircon on all the time.
So most of the clients, they are US, Asia or Europe?
Most of the clients are local, but they deal with exports. Okay, meaning we do the PCBA for them. Then they will do the assembly and then the exports to overseas. So when you do the programming, you will ask the client. Then again, there's another round of QC check, and then there's an auto check also. But they call it the AOI check for the way you plan the PCBA. You see if there's any issues or not. So this test so that the weights cannot be disposed of just like that. So we need to have the proper e-waste management, right? And this is why our opinion, Nawa is here, is in charge of your asset. So as because some of the orders are not consistent. They probably place the order this month, and the next order is probably April. Okay, right? By then, the components might be obsolete, and right. So that's why you always got to a client. You have to be sure what you want, yeah. And is there any substitute components or in the event? Yeah. At the moment, we do not have the design capabilities. Not at the moment, because we tried last time. But our clients prefer to have their own designers, their own control.
But do you plan to get also R&D capabilities in-house? I think 1 or 2 in the year.
Okay, our R&D capabilities is all in relation to the manufacturing work. It's not on the research work. Like, for example, we said that really, we want to improve the process. We want to improve on the raw materials. Yes, we can do that. We have more tooling fabrications. Now we have plastic injection in control room. That will be in Penang because they are doing cutlery for Georgia Pacific GP. I think it's a US buyer as well, right? You have pin insertion, injection, you have hybrid, we have gas assisted, in-mold labeling, ultrasonic welding, blastoma. We also have spraying facilities in Penang because of the automotive. Then we can do PCBA as well as assembly. And all of them are with ISO 9001. This we just obtained in December. So in short, we have about 1,004 persons, 200 machines, about 18 acres in total, and our revenue is about 100 million USD. Right, so we have quite a number of range. Our top range is definitely this two: electronic, in electrical, office furniture, and packs. And the rest are not that strong. Yeah, I would say the fourth and the fifth is medical and automotive. And so this is our EMS capabilities. So we have 3 lines. We can do about 35 million tons per month. So in shops, you can do reverse engineering, show us a product. We can actually help you to dissect it. So our clients quite diversified. We have Canada, Japan, US, Germany, France, Harvey, USA, Aspen Pump, UK, Flextronics. So we are working very closely with the Turkish Aerospace Malaysia. Yeah, so they are actually doing drone. Then this is a Klang company specializing in reverse sensor. So what we are going to do next is trying to implement the warehouse execution system, try to automate whatever that we can, and in the meantime also try to improve on our, we call it the extended producers responsibility. Basically how we take care of all this, because we are a plastic manufacturers, right? So people will perceive that we are the one that pollute the environment, right? So how do we give back the confidence to the public? The client understands the need of plastics. The general consumers thinks that you are the one that pollutes the environment, right? So the recycling program is important. And of course, if you realize you do very minimal one-time disposable plastics.
Anything special with storing molas in the high humidity?
I think the issue is more on making sure that it is properly oiled. But humidity-wise, for electronic components, that is more sensitive. For mold, I think is fine. And one thing that we have successfully done, the mold tracking system. In the past, the mold track, we have few hundreds of them. The mold track is paper. So now we transfer everything into the system, so at least we can plan when to send the thing. I have a senior technician, he's 70 years old. He's on contract every year, right? So he said, oh, I don't want to continue my contract. I say, but what are you going to do? Right? And you're so healthy, you walk faster than me. And I need you to impart your knowledge to the new ones before you really, settle down. Can I convert you to be a coach? I don't know how to teach. But who say you don't know how to teach? You have been teaching some of them now who are like manager, that kind of level, plus pretendant, senior technicians. I said, these are from you, they call him the master, right? Probably you said you don't know how to teach in the way I want it. It's fine. I don't need you to do that, right? I just need you to teach them.
So I hope from those discussions you could have picked some interesting things that you can probably apply for your own business. It may actually reflect a lot from my own company when I was hearing him sharing about how you keep elder people and then how you can transfer the know-how, the expertise to the younger team, and how if you fire those people, then they are key for your organization, so you shouldn't do it. But at the same time, after a certain age, they don't want to change anymore. They don't want to get used to new technology, new habits, etc. So it was also very interesting to learn from someone who has been pushing in so different fields and then sharing to us how he sees and how he's leading his team. It was a pretty interesting discussion. We've been together after to dinner, and then we have had also durian together, so we could try the local durian, so the king of fruits, how they call it in Malaysia. So very interesting meeting, very interesting day, and we could feel also the hospitality from both morning and afternoon. So very grateful to have been able to do this meeting with our clients this time. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to learn more about our services, you'll find below more details in the description. If you enjoyed the video, leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.